Welcome everyone, this is Victor Dragon360, and today we're going to be we'll be looking at the lesson about how to create your own cursor on the screen in CTF2.5 for your application, well, your game application, whatever. So let's go ahead and create the new application. Now go to new frame. In case you're wondering why the dots are all over the screen, again, this is just an option to switch the grid on and off. So you click it here. Yeah, so don't get worried if you don't have the grid, you can always toggle it with the click of a button. So now, what we'll have as a cursor will be an active object. Place it here. Now, you might know of the feature called movement as a mouse, or something like that. So if we give object type movement of mouse, you might think, well, this is easy. Why make a lesson for this? Well, actually, it's not quite as easy as that, because first of all, you need to give it movement for the certain area first, so that it can move everywhere. Just go a little beyond the play area of the application. Click OK. So, and even now, if we click play, you'd expect it just to be an object that can go around anywhere. Well, it can't go anywhere apart from the application itself. So if you go beyond it, the object just kind of disappears and the mouse cursor doesn't appear behind it. So let's use Alt F4 to close it down. Also, there's another problem. If you want to have some other object that you want to click on in the gameplay process in order to have something happening, if, for example, you want to have an event of object gets clicked and this happens. So let's have this object as a second active, and let's add an event, say when we click with mouse button on an object. Yes, single click of mouse button on this one. Then let's say the background changes to red. So I think this is an frame, set background color red. So this is done. Now let's test it out. As you can see, my mouse is moving. When I click on it, first of all, the object will be above the cursor because it's been created later than cursor. And second of all, we can't really click it. You'd say, well, that's not a big problem. Let's just place it behind on the scene. This won't work either, because at the moment the cursor is basically facing the cursor object. So basically, cursor is being in the active object, the one that's moving, that's got the mouse movement, and it's clicking on this active, not on the object underneath it. So how do we solve this problem? Well, basically we give active object the normal movement, well, not normal, static movement, I shall call it. And now what we do is we create an always event, so it happens all the time in the game, no matter what. And we set the X position or coordinate of this active object to the X position of the mouse, and Y position or coordinate to the Y position of the mouse. Now, what's going to happen now when we click play is that basically it will have effect on the object moving with the mouse, but the mouse itself will still be there, because it's like this. Oh, must have only done the Oh, apologies, I've done it wrong. I set the Y position of active to its own position. So yeah, this should obviously be Y position not of active, but Y position of the mouse. I'm gonna talk myself a little bit too much. And yeah, so now what it should do is it should move around, but as you can see, the mouse is actually still above the active object, so the cursor is actually shown as a normal one from window. At least now we can have the functionality, but the cursor is still above the active object. So how do we fix that? Very simple. Always or on the scene creation we can have it. So when the frame starts, we need to be able to hide the mouse cursor, which is mouse pointer in this case, and if we run it, it's going to be just our active. So here we have an active. We can go outside of the screen and it will be able to turn into normal cursor. As we go into game or application, it turns into the active again. So it works perfectly, no errors, and when we click on this, it also works. So that was a short tutorial on how to actually make your active into a cursor. You can also have it animated, so in case you're wondering what is the advantage of having an active object, then obviously there are many, but yeah, let's actually copy and duplicate several of these, and have a little circle here and a bigger circle here. Have it loop, decrease the speed slightly, and save it. So now we can have the animated cursor, which goes like basically with the same animation that you drew for it. So yeah, it's now working. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you found this helpful, and enjoy your creation of new games and applications. 50 60 up.